Hey, so in today's video, I'd like to ask you, do you even think? Well, I mean, of course you think in a basic sense, but in today's video, we're talking about a greater thinking. Because not many people do that. Not many people think beyond the It's shocking. It's almost scary how many people don't do this. How many people only put so much of their extended thought into their life. And for the most part, just use their basic thought. Almost like a zombie. It's scary how many people do this. So, let's get into it. We're going to talk about how you can do it, why you should do it, and what it even is. And we should begin with what it even is, because what is it? Why am I telling you to think if you already do think? Well, the thinking I'm talking about is deeper thinking, deeper understanding, feelings. You want to be able to feel this, you want to be able to see this and hear this and smell, taste it. You want to be able to think about it deep, envision everything. You need to be able to see it from inside and out. Whatever it is, you need to be able to know it like the back of your hand. And this is a weird thing to explain, but I got a little bit of a dumbed down concept for you. So, you have a sandwich. Let's take apart the sandwich quick. You get your meat, your cheese, your bread, your sauce, your veggies. You eat these one by one. And you understand all of them. You eat some lettuce, you know the taste of lettuce. You eat some ham, you know the taste of ham. Yeah. You put them all together, you get a sandwich. The sandwich is a new taste entirely, isn't it? You bite into it, and you get a whole new thing. Even though it's all the same stuff that you just took a bite out of, separately, it's a whole new thing. But if you do look deep enough, if you do think deep enough, and you carefully aim your taste buds in a way, you can taste each part of the sandwich singularly. You can taste the sauce, you can taste the bread, you can taste the meat and the cheese. If we put all the things in the sandwich, unidentified, you didn't know what it was, you could, I'm not going to say that you'd have 100% accuracy, but if you bit into the sandwich, you'd likely be able to figure out most of the ingredients. Likely. If you gave it deep thought. This is what we want. We want to look into things. We want to look at things and take them apart and experience them one by one. Everything is a layer. Everything is a layer. It's a sandwich of little components that would go separately. There's, like the who, what, when, where, why, how. Those are our little components. Those are the questions we want to ask to everything. That's what we want to think about. So when I tell you to think deeply, what I kind of want you to do is I want you to take the thing that you're thinking deeply about, and I want you to do the who, what, when, where, why, how. And take all the segments, take all the little components, put them all in the who, what, when, where, why, and how, and deep think it. Think why, let's say you're going to buy something new. When? Think about what that'll do to your environment if you buy it at this point in time compared to this point in time. Think about what it is. Do I really need it? Is it really that good? Same with why. Why do I need it? Why shouldn't I get a different one? You see what I'm doing? You do the who, what, when, where, why, and how. You break it down, and you think about all these. You think about all this stuff. And it isn't just the who, what, when, where, why, and how. I gotta stop saying that. It isn't just those things that you think about. But that's just an example of things that you could. You need to think about the segments of the thing that you're thinking about. This is the key to deep thinking, to actual thinking. You'll think about the decision you're going to make. Think about the things we just said, but think deeper. Think deeper than this. You're going to still want to think about what it is, but think about what that really is. What does that mean to you? Let's say I want a new phone. So if I did the who, what, when, where, why, how again, if I did that, the what is I'm going to buy a new phone. So it's a phone. That's what it is. But what does that really mean to me? Well, it means I can record the videos and I can have access to the entire internet. I can text and call people. Yada, yada, yada. All the million reasons that we have for a phone. That's what it means to me. That's 3 layers of thinking. First, we think, I need a phone. Then we think, this is what it is. This is the phone we need. And this is what it means to me. That's 3 different layers of thinking. But that's what we want. And this is more than just a phone and a sandwich and all. These are very dumbed down metaphors and all that. But that is the thinking we want to achieve. We want to be able to look at things and think about them that deep. Especially big things. I'm not saying look at everything. Like if you were looking at a tree outside, you don't need to think about what it is and why it is and what it means to you. You don't have to do that. But when you're making a big decision, you need to think. When you're thinking about something that concerns you, you need to think deep. If you're going to make a big move, you can't go into zombie mode and do like a like a yes or a no, or just like a basic skim of everything in your mind. Like, what are the consequences? I don't know, so let's just do it anyway. No. So many people do that. They'll think of the consequences for like 2 seconds. They get nothing, and then they're like, well, let's do it anyway. Never do that. It's shocking how many people that even I know who do that. It's shocking. But what you really need to do is you just need to take time to think deep. Think about what the consequences are for maybe even an hour if it's big enough. Maybe just a few minutes, but I know, but even in some cases, you will take an hour or days or weeks. Think about the consequences. Think about the pros, even. Think about the cons. Think about everything for as long as you need to. I mean, I made a video about how you shouldn't think for too long. I think you should go watch that one as well, because this is like a parallel. But, so yeah, you shouldn't think too long, but you shouldn't think too little. I spoke about that a little in that other video, but this is like a whole other concept, because people don't think deep enough. You can think for an extended period of time, like a zombie if you wanted to. That's not going to cut it. You need to know how to think deep, and then you need to put the time and the effort into thinking deep. That's the only way that that'll work. You can think like a zombie well, it never works actually. It can be for a long time, for a short time. Either way, it won't work. And then you can think like a deep thinker for too long and for too short. You need to find the sweet spot. There's only one way to do this. You need to make sure that you actually think about things, that you actually consider your decisions and all their outcomes. Not too long, because then you start to overthink. But you need to know, at the very least, what it means to you, what it could do, what even is it. You need to know your who, what, when, where, why, and how. Yeah, you gotta stop saying that. But you need to know these things. You need to think deep. Not for everything, like if you went up to an ice cream stand and you were going to get some ice cream, you don't need to deep think, oh man, it's vanilla or chocolate. What does vanilla mean to me? What does chocolate mean to me? No, that's not what I mean. I mean big decisions. And even the little ones in some cases, if you really need to, you know where to gauge it. You know where to gauge this situation. Because if you look at the consequences for chocolate or vanilla, it's like, well, if I get chocolate, I can't get vanilla. That's not a consequence, really. But if you look at the consequence for taking out a loan, it's like, well, if I fail with this, I could be in a pretty good amount of debt. That's already enough for you to kind of gauge how long you need to think about that. So you need to also know how to gauge this stuff, but that's an entirely different video. For now, I just want you to learn how to deep think, how to actually think. So this is what it is. This is how you do it, and this is why you should do it. I hope this helps you a ton. And if you have any questions about it, please ask me, because it's an interesting process. But I'll explain in greater detail if you need. Just try thinking very deep about things. Take it step by step. Like I said, think about it all and engage it properly. And my challenge for you today is to just do that. Try thinking about something, some concept. And it can be something that's relevant to you right now, but if it isn't, I just want you to think about anything in life. Life itself is a great thing to ponder on. It makes you so much wiser, funny enough. But ponder on life if you're out of things, and just think, what is it? What is it to me? What am I? Who am I? Don't go to the point where it's like having an existential crisis, but think about your life and who you want to be, who you will be, all that stuff. That's what I want you to do. Ponder that, deep think that. That is such good practice. My challenge is to just practice with that or anything else, but I highly recommend pondering your life. That one's too good. Anyway, that's everything. I hope this helps you a ton. Don't be a zombie. Be a better thinker than most zombies out there. Be a good thinker. Anyway, that's it. Take care, my friend.